the only other thing I wanted to talk about was The Witcher Season 3. It's out on Netflix. It got dumped onto Netflix, like, as quickly as possible. And it hasn't exactly been a roaring success. Apparently, I'm just looking at this article here from Fandom Wire. The first episode of Season 3 recorded 1.1 million viewers. Yeah, not bad, not bad. It went down to 505,000 by the end of the season, or volume 1 of the season, because it's been split into 2. So it's lost 600,000 viewers over its limited run so far. So less than half of the people who watched it actually finished it. That doesn't sound too good, really. When I think about The Witcher, I just think this show's dead, man. No one is going to stick with it anymore. It's done. I don't even know why they're making it.
And Henry Cavill's gone now, is that right?
He is gone, but he's in this season, so this is his final season.
Oh, he's in it. This is his last one.
Yeah. And then he's going to be replaced by Liam Hemsworth.
You staying away from this one, Drinker? You're avoiding it?
Gary was talking to me about it. He's like, it's garbage, man. I've watched it. And I said, so I just don't know if I can even care enough to watch it. It's like Secret Invasion. I can't even summon up an emotion about The Witcher now, because I know it's just gonna annoy me. It's just gonna piss me off when I watch it.
Yeah, I mean, Secret Invasion you'll fucking hate. So make that decision yourself if you want to risk that.
I'm taking a step back from all these Marvel TV shows because they're literally not worth my time, and they're probably not worth any of your time either. It's like you're not going to get any entertainment out of it. And not enough people even care about them now to make them even worth reviewing. Then.
It's funny you say that. I actually think like the, so to speak, industry of reviewing Marvel content is much healthier than Marvel content. Like, people just enjoy the fuck out of shitting all over it when it's done so much shitting of its own pants, so to speak. Like, it's just like, yay, what did they fuck up this time? And when you tell people that they rewrote Fury's history to be that he never made any accomplishments as a spy, everyone sighs and then goes, of course they did. Yeah, that makes sense. They would do that. And then they're like, what else did they fuck up?
I mean, when I look at The Witcher, right, they're even touting this as like a success. So, like, 1.1 million viewers watched the first episode. I could get more than that in a review of The Witcher Season 3. I'd get more viewers than that. And that is tragic. This is a show that cost, tens of millions of dollars to make. Probably 100 million easily.
Yeah, what was your catering budget, Drinker?
It's this.
Big budget.
That's your editing fuel right there.
Yeah.
It's
so that's about 50 quid.
Trot out, they say, well, where's your big budget movie? And then you can say, well, I can do it. I get more views here. Why do I need a big budget? I'll just happily sit down and review your thing and get more views than the thing I'm reviewing. That's the state of Marvel. Secret Invasion has one thing going for it, I think, which is that it is so boring that you don't really pay any attention. I've put it on several times. I've tried to go through I don't even remember how many episodes, around 3. I think I've watched them all about twice, or I've had them on twice, and every time they go on, there's a really urgent need suddenly to do literally anything else except pay attention.
I know exactly what you mean. I gotta rewatch it for notes. Yeah. I'm not looking forward to it, man.
I have that.
The Witcher, I guess it's the same. I'd forgotten The Witcher was even coming out, but is it the Liam Hemsworth one who's taking over? Is that definitely like in production, or if this one does so badly, will that just not happen?
I mean, this is split into 2, right? So I think it's later in the year that we get part 2 of this. I could see them just shit canning it because Netflix are not well known for sticking with shows.
Yeah,
because they get.
They have a rule. Actually, they have a rule about it. If less than 50% of the audience is watched the last episode compared with the first episode, that's a canceled show. And if Disney Plus used that same metric, they would cancel all of their Marvel shows. So there you go.
I mean, this like, particularly if you're going to hire someone like Henry Cavill, I know he's obviously leaving now, but they had to have him in for 3 seasons. That is expensive stuff. Not to mention all the CGI and all the sets and stuff, but this would not have been a cheap show to make. And if you're at the point where you're getting 600,000 viewers per episode, that's not worth your time. That cannot possibly be worth even making this show.
That's like if you got 600,000 views for one of your videos. Why would you even?
I mean, if I put a video out right and it got 600,000 views, I consider that a bit of a failure. Like it's an underperformer, and that would have taken me like a couple of days and no money to make that thing. And this would have taken months, if not years, and like tens upon tens of millions of dollars. For what? For something that nobody fucking cares about. Like, you know, there's a big fan base for The Witcher. You know, particularly in light of the games. Like, I know the books have got a huge fan base too, but the games like brought it to a whole audience, a whole new audience over here. And people love it. And they would have loved to have a great show on par with Game of Thrones. That's what you could have done. That's obviously what they aspired to. But the writing is so shit. And they have no idea how to like handle the characters. They have no idea how to build the world. They have no idea how to tie it all together into a compelling, overarching story. It's just shit. Like, I had that same reaction as you had to Secret Invasion. I was watching The Witcher. I saw some vaguely interesting fight scenes on screen. Henry Cavill looked quite cool. There was a bit of tit, or at least in the first season anyway. That was mysteriously absent going forward. And so it was enough to kind of keep me vaguely, like, interested in it, but there was no real emotional investment in it. Because there was no sense of what the fuck was going on, because the writers don't even know how to convey their ideas properly. It sucks. It's the people behind this should fucking like never work again in Hollywood. Like they have produced nothing.
Sure, they're on strike right now.
Yeah, we'll just stay on strike for the next 40 years. Do us all a favor, because you suck. You were given an open goal with this, and you fucking fumbled it. I don't know what else to say to you.
Is there? I'm just looking for any mitigating factor for the. I mean, what's Netflix overall doing? Because it doesn't seem. I mean, I know it lost a few subscribers a little while ago. I can't think of another big sort of marquee show that it has. I think The Witcher was once one of its marquee shows. But since the days of Stranger Things and Breaking Bad and the rest of that, has anything taken up the slack on Netflix, or is part of this attributable to the fact that Netflix as a whole is just not very healthy at the moment?
Well, I mean, like they have been healthy enough to invest money in this, so they've been given the opportunity to make seasons of this show, and they're gonna have a season 4 and 5 because they wanted 5 seasons in total. So they've been given the resources they need to do it, but they haven't got the skill to actually tell a compelling story. And there's other shows that have, that have been under the chopping block before. Like even Cobra Kai, which was a huge success. That was obviously getting more expensive as each season passed because the actors get more expensive. And they were dubious about that, even getting a final season. And it's been one of the big hits on Netflix. So, they have to fight for it. Witcher apparently hasn't, and yet nobody's interested in it.
Yeah, but then again, Batwoman got 4 seasons, didn't it? So, it might be good for 1
3
more.
seasons, actually.
3? Oh, no.
Yeah, that had a budget of like $100 an episode, though.
That was just the catering. It's really just chewing up all them budgets out there, apparently. Can you believe it? It could be that they are actually just buying excessive amounts of alcohol in order to deal with it.
I mean, it's definitely possible, but yeah, I think Henry Cavill made the right decision to just get the fuck out of this mess, because it's doing nothing good. I don't think it's going to be good for anyone's career to be associated with this. And as a guy who presumably is really into the lore, which he's well documented that he is. It must have just been infuriating to have to deal with people who've got no respect for it. And this is why he gets labeled as being difficult to work with, because he didn't just go along with all their dumb as fuck decisions.